Envision a world where the Panama Canal never existed. Picture the year 1900. The United States had just emerged as a global power. Its industries were booming, producing goods for the world. But there was a significant challenge: the vast distance between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The sea journey was a logistical nightmare. Ships had to navigate treacherous waters around the tip of South America. This added weeks, even months, to travel times. The cost of shipping goods skyrocketed. Global trade faced a significant bottleneck. The absence of the Panama Canal would have reshaped the geopolitical landscape. The United States, with its coasts on both oceans, would have been profoundly affected. Its rise as a global power, fueled by maritime trade, would have been far more challenging. The Western states, still developing, would have remained isolated. Their economies would have grown at a slower pace. The United States' influence in the Pacific, crucial for its future as a superpower, would have been severely limited. The world would be a different place. Global trade, while still significant, would lack the interconnectedness we see today. The cost of goods would be higher. The speed of commerce would be reduced. The very notion of globalization, of a world increasingly interconnected, would be less pronounced. The Panama Canal, though a relatively small strip of land, has had an outsized impact on the world. This was the reality faced by the world before the Panama Canal. It was a world where the dream of a shortcut, of a passage through the narrow Isthmus of Panama, seemed like an impossible feat. Yet, the desire to conquer this geographical obstacle, to connect the two great oceans, would drive some of the most ambitious engineering projects in human history. The concept of a route through Panama is an old one. For centuries, explorers and visionaries have imagined a shortcut linking the Atlantic and Pacific. The Spanish conquistadors, upon their arrival in the New World, were among the first to see the strategic value of the isthmus. They dreamed of a canal that would secure their dominance over trade routes and access to South America's wealth. In the 16th century, Spanish King Charles V commissioned a survey of the isthmus to evaluate the possibility of a canal. However, the technology of that era was not advanced enough for such a colossal project. The dense jungle, challenging terrain, and the threat of tropical diseases made the endeavor seem impossible. Yet, the vision endured. Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, as international trade expanded and the Industrial Revolution progressed, the need for a transcontinental passage became more evident. The United States, newly independent and keen to extend its influence, saw the strategic and economic benefits of a canal. The discovery of gold in California in 1849 further intensified the desire for a shorter route between the East Coast and the booming goldfields. The dream of a canal through Panama, once a distant hope, had now become an urgent necessity. It became a symbol of human ambition, a testament to the belief that even the most formidable challenges could be conquered with ingenuity, perseverance, and a bit of boldness. Prior to the Panama Canal, ships had no choice but to brave the hazardous waters around Cape Horn, the southernmost point of South America, to travel between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. This voyage was not for the faint-hearted. It was a dangerous endeavor, pushing human endurance and maritime skills to their limits. Ships faced fierce storms, towering waves, and unpredictable currents. The waters around Cape Horn were infamous for their ferocity, earning the nickname the Sailor's Graveyard. Many ships succumbed to the sea's wrath, their wreckage a testament to the unforgiving nature of this maritime route. The journey was not only perilous, but also extremely time-consuming. It could take ships weeks, even months, to round the Horn, significantly increasing shipping and trade costs. This was especially problematic for perishable goods, many of which would spoil during the lengthy voyage. The overland route across Panama was an alternative, but it was equally challenging. Travelers and cargo had to navigate dense jungles, treacherous mountain passes, and tropical diseases. The journey was time-consuming, costly, and often dangerous. The difficulties and dangers of these routes underscored the urgent need for a safer, faster, and more efficient connection between the Atlantic and Pacific. The Panama Canal was seen as the solution, promising to revolutionize global trade and reshape the geopolitical landscape. Chapter 4: The French Endeavor and its Downfall. In 1881, a French company spearheaded by Ferdinand de Lesseps, the renowned engineer behind the Suez Canal, set out to build a canal through Panama. Buoyed by the triumph of the Suez Canal, Lesseps and his team arrived in Panama with grand ambitions and steadfast confidence. However, the French were unprepared for the challenges that lay ahead. Panama's tropical climate turned out to be a formidable adversary. Mosquitoes carrying yellow fever and malaria ravaged the workforce. Thousands of workers fell victim to disease, transforming the canal project into a humanitarian disaster. The terrain itself presented unexpected hurdles. The dense jungle, rugged mountains, and unstable soil made excavation a logistical nightmare. Landslides were common, often burying sections of the canal under tons of earth. The Chagres River, notorious for its unpredictable floods, was particularly difficult to manage. To make matters worse, the French company was beset by financial mismanagement and corruption allegations. The project, already behind schedule and over budget, was bleeding money. By 1889, after 8 years of effort and the loss of thousands of lives, the French attempt to build the Panama Canal came to a halt, defeated by disease, challenging terrain, and financial chaos. The failure of the French highlighted the immense challenges of constructing a canal through Panama. It underscored the necessity for innovative engineering solutions, effective disease control, and sound financial management for the project to ever succeed. Chapter 5. The American Triumph and the Price of Success. In 1904, under the leadership of President Theodore Roosevelt, the United States took on the challenge of completing the Panama Canal. With determination, the Americans brought vast resources and a practical approach to the project. Sanitation became a top priority to fight disease. Under the guidance of Dr. William Gorgas, they eradicated mosquitoes and improved hygiene. Swamps were drained, buildings were fumigated, and clean water supplies were established. These efforts significantly reduced yellow fever and malaria. Innovative engineering solutions were also essential. John Stevens reorganized the construction process, focusing on efficiency. He prioritized wider and deeper excavation. Massive steam shovels and dredges accelerated the excavation pace. Building Gatun Lake and the lock system was a monumental achievement. Damming the Chagres River created an artificial lake for ships to navigate. The locks raised and lowered ships to different elevations. In 1914, the Panama Canal was officially opened. It stood as a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. However, the canal's completion came at a significant cost. Thousands of workers, many from the Caribbean, lost their lives. The project also sparked resentment among Panamanians over American control. Chapter 6. Reshaping Global Trade and Geopolitics. When the Panama Canal was completed in 1914, it revolutionized maritime trade and altered the geopolitical landscape. Celebrated as one of the 20th century's greatest engineering feats, it showcased human ambition and innovation. The canal drastically reduced shipping times and costs between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, transforming global trade. Vessels no longer needed to brave the treacherous journey around Cape Horn, saving significant travel time. This advancement made international trade faster, more efficient, and much more profitable. The Panama Canal had a significant impact on the United States. It facilitated trade between the East and West coasts, boosting the American economy and solidifying its global power status. The canal also enhanced U.S. naval capabilities, allowing for more effective military presence in both the Atlantic and Pacific. Its influence reached far beyond the United States, reshaping global trade patterns and impacting economies worldwide. It opened new markets, connected distant regions, and spurred unprecedented economic growth. The canal became a crucial artery of global commerce, facilitating the movement of goods, people, and ideas. However, the Panama Canal also had unintended consequences. Some port cities declined as they were bypassed by the new shipping routes. It also widened existing inequalities, with some countries and corporations benefiting more than others. Despite these challenges, the Panama Canal remains a testament to the transformative power of infrastructure. It stands as a symbol of human ingenuity, international cooperation, and a catalyst for global trade and economic growth.